Hey friend, it's Pierre Laguerre here once again, and basically coming to you with this whole transformation of the mind process. And I say it's a process, it's because the last episode we spoke about what to fill your mind with. And as we spoke about what to fill your mind with, I want you to understand that this is a process. And again, even in Proverbs 4, in verses 21, 22, 23, 22 especially talks about that putting this good incorruptible seed in your mind, it's actually gonna yield health to your body. That the word is medicine to your flesh. But understand, this is a process. You're gonna have to be committed to the process. And the question I have for you today is, how committed are you to seeing this? Because you see, it's like you pray and you wanna see the result, but a lot of times even Jesus will tell you, if you don't see the result immediately, it does not mean that you did not receive the answer. And this is important in this transformation process of your mind. Many of us want to reach the end of the process rather quickly. And I understand it's almost like a get rich quick scheme. But in reality, when you think about all the unbelief that you are subject to, until you make a decision that you are actually going to cut down that amount of unbelief, what you're subjecting yourself to, it's going to be very much a process. You're going to have to really tread water to an extent until you can really get to a place where your mind starts to change. So what's the first thing you should do again to transform your mind? You need to start focusing, frankly, on your destination, right? Because the transformation of the mind has a lot to do with the purpose that God called you to. It has a lot to do with your calling in life. And many of us, we are stuck not knowing our purpose. And of course, this is no easy feat per se, because many of us believers, Christians, we are there. What is my calling? What is it that God has called me to? Well, one of the key things is that it's easy to get stuck at the Red Sea. It's easy. Think about Moses taking the Israelites through the Red Sea to the other side. And you know what? It's really tough to get the old slavery mentality out of them. And for that, all of them but two died in the wilderness. And the two that did not die in the wilderness is because they had a different mindset. They saw themselves reaching Canaan. And more than reaching Canaan, they saw themselves establishing roots on that side of the Jordan, that other side of the Jordan. And so for you transforming your mind, think about it as going and leaving behind the old mindset, leaving behind the old habits, leaving sin behind, of course, right? But as you enter into this new place, this new way of thinking, this new avenue, frankly, you're going to have to get used to the fact that the highway is not the destination. The highway is just the path. And along the highway, many things could happen along the highway of renewing your mind. And that's why it's important to hold in mind the destination. Where exactly are you going? What is the destination? And if you think about it, again, in Old Testament terms, Canaan is the destination. You see, God had a plan. He wanted to raise unto himself a people that would actually be priests and kings, right? A royal priesthood, basically. But they did not want to renew their mind. So as a result, they died in the wilderness. And so what I want to share with you tonight is, in renewing your mind, it's going to take a commitment to reach the destination. It's going to take a commitment like Caleb, like Joshua had, for you to reach the destination, which means you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be strong and courageous. You're going to have to recognize there's going to be an opportunity to take more territory. And renewing your mind is so that not only you get past the old ways of thinking, not only you get past sickness, disease, right? You get past deliverance, because everyone has come through deliverance, which is salvation, which is Yeshua, Jesus. He's the deliverance, right? But once you go in, now you got to be committed to reaching your calling, your destination, your purpose. And so that you do not get stuck on the highway thinking, oh man, I made it out of the side roads. Now I'm on the highway. I'm good. No, the highway is just another means of reaching the destination. And it's a faster way to reach the destination. That's why the calling was to make a highway unto the Lord, right? Make a highway for him, make every hill flat so that the Lord can come through. But the Lord is already with you. As a believer, his spirit lives inside of you. So now your part is to constantly be renewing your mind and to walk out a process whereby you can ultimately reach the destination. And many aren't reaching the destination because they're not focused on the destination. They're more focused on the highway, the journey. And the journey is important. You have to enjoy the journey. But the question is, are you committed to reaching the destination? Because many do not, unfortunately, make it to the destination because they got stuck in an old mindset, and that did not let them get any further. So my challenge to you today is, will you commit yourself to reaching the destination? What will it take for you to reach your destination? Do you know your destination? Do you know your calling? Do you know your purpose? Because God has a purpose for each and every one of us. And do you know the part that you play on the team, in the body? Are you a finger? Are you an eye? Are you a mouth? Are you the feet that walk? Are you literally the fingers, that little guy here that cleans up the ears and really help people to hear more? And really, whatever part you play, you have a part. Nobody's sitting on the bench, right? So my analogy to all this is the following. The church may look like a hospital at first, but beyond the hospital, we got to train people. And we're training people, it's in renewing their mind. Because until we can get them to renew their mind, they cannot walk out that perfect will. They cannot walk out the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God because they won't be able to prove it because their mind has not been renewed. But as their mind gets renewed, then they start discovering the true will of God for their lives. And as they discover that will, then now they start to walk it out. And this is the same thing for you. You have to get out of the old mindset. You have to transition to renewing the mind. And this is seed time and harvest. It's going to take a little while. Certain things are going to take a little while to get rid of, old mindsets. And it's going to take a while to enter into a new way of thinking, kingdom thinking. And then from there, you're going to start stepping into who you are, your calling, your purpose, and start working it out. So this is all that I have for you tonight. And I want you to take it and start asking yourself these important questions. What's my calling? Who am I called to be? What's my purpose? Who am I called to impact? What is the goal that God has set for me in the body? And am I running towards it? It's Pierre Laguerre. I'll catch you on the next episode. If you are, of course, on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.